Hello everyone, welcome to the Artist Studio. I'm Dylan, your host, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be making our first prop sword. So we've made a few kind of cosplay pieces in the past, but we've never really made our own sort of battle weapons. So I have a close friend, sort of family member of mine, who plays Dungeons and Dragons, specifically Pathfinder. They are technically different. If you are into that game world, he'll probably be screaming at me. It's not Dungeons and Dragons, but he plays the Pathfinder, but it's a role playing game just like D&D, and he has a character which he's been working on for over a decade now. And so he's kind of commissioned me to, well, not kind of, he has commissioned me to craft him a prop sword, and not just any prop sword, but a magic one. So his character is a magic user. His family his lineage has a lot of interesting history in it. So his sword kind of comes from his family's background, and we have all kinds of history on how to direct the design of this sword. But the main thing that we are going to be focused on in this stream is going to be electrifying it. And so to do that, I got some LEDs. This is a RGB strip that comes with a little power adapter, but actually, I have a better way to show you this. Boom! Overhead cam! What? Check that out. Alright. Well, do I have... Alright, I guess I want to make sure that it's not streaming audio as well. Make sure that... Yeah, there's no like double feeds of audio or anything. But how cool is that? We now have 2 camera angles set up, and so I don't have to be fiddling around with the one camera there. So we're going to be using that to, I don't know, better communicate together. But as I was saying, we have the LED strips here. We have an RGB strip. Is my music too loud? No, it's okay. It should be quiet. All right. So we have the power strip here, right? But this is going to be a wireless sword. This is our kind of the core to the sword. This is going to provide a lot of rigidity, meaning he can kind of swing it around without it kind of wobbling or breaking. So that's going to be the core in which we wrap the LEDs around and build the rest of the structure around. But what's really cool is these here. These are battery packs and 8 AA batteries. And specifically, these are lithium batteries. So they are 1.5 volts each, not 1.2 volts, which is kind of the standard AA battery. So these ones are a little more expensive, but I got them with the intentions of this project in mind. Specifically, I'm trying to get up to 12 volts. So that's how much that the wireless LED controller in this requires, is a 12-volt power adapter here. But we're going to forgo this and replace it with these rechargeable rechargeable AA batteries, and that way, well, it's going to be completely wireless. But to conceal these, I think they're going to get hidden inside the hilt. And we're back here, and as well as other bits of the LED controller, other bits like the LED controller and some of the extra wiring. So there, maybe I'll show you that before we get into it. So this is going to have a little remote that is going to be able to wirelessly activate the lighting on the sword, and there's all kinds of profiles that we can set on that. So if he has certain spells that he wants to cast, he can kind of use the set programs to delineate that. All right. Need that anymore. But these will probably be helpful to maybe fix the wire, but maybe not. I'll probably end up just gluing the LEDs directly to the wood. But this is our little LED controller. I kind of want to include this in the hilt of the sword, so it can kind of be controlled by like physically with buttons or wirelessly with the controller. At the bottom we have our power control, so we're going to need to plug in, and so the other night I was actually testing this already. I was making sure that the batteries would work, and I'll show you that in a minute, but this is the plug-in for the power source. This other bit here, this is a LED receiver, so this is actually how we wirelessly communicate to the controller. So this sends a infrared signal, so maybe you can see it, maybe not. Some cameras can pick up infrared light. Evidently, these ones could. No, this one is a little bit, maybe. Yep, you can see it flashing there. So that is kind of the coded infrared signal that is getting sent to this little receiver, and that is telling the controller to activate in certain ways. So what we're going to do first is probably unravel this. What I was doing to test this was I was quickly testing them while it was wrapped up, but you really shouldn't be doing that because these little LEDs can get quite warm, and when they're touching each other all coiled up like this, you can get LEDs that are stacked up on top of each other and they could burn each other out. So I don't really want that, so I'm going to roll some of this for us to start testing it with. And while it's like this too, we can also plan into how it's wrapping the core here. Additionally, I can kind of we're gonna shrink this. We're gonna probably remove all of the enclosure on this and bring it back to its bare bones, and that way we have a lot less to work with. A lot less to conceal inside the sword here. But you can see, let me just power this. Okay, power. Turn it on and off here, and we can also give it some greater direction. What we can do, jump in, right? So all kinds of fun stuff, fading in and out, right? So imagine that on the sword. I think this would be really, really cool. But we don't want to be plugged into the wall, right? We want to be plugged into our battery controllers. So something that I had to consider for this was how are the batteries being wired up? Because as they are in this configuration here, they are configured in series, like pockets of series. Like this is a compartment of two batteries in series, so one connecting directly into the other. So if you're not familiar with what I mean by series, we'll talk about a series versus parallel. So, in order for us to get up to 12 volts, we need to connect all of these batteries together. So each battery is 1.5 volts, but in order to do that, we need to run them all in series, not in parallel. To explain, that's the best way. So one battery provides 1.5 volts for 2800 milliamp or milliwatt hours. So let's just instead call that 1 unit of time, 1 unit of battery time, okay? So one battery is 1.5 volts per 1 unit battery time. So if I were to take 2 batteries and we were to put them together in parallel, so they were both feeding into a powered device at the same, like the both positives on each battery go into the positives of the device, and the negatives of the device go into both negatives of each battery. Well, by doing so, you are actually doubling the time in which it draws from the 1.5 volts. So it doesn't increase the voltage, it increases the time. So that's the difference between parallel and series. Parallel will increase the amount of time you get from the standard voltage, whereas if you start connecting them in series, ends to end, they start adding their voltages together, and the amount of time is consistent. So here we actually have 3 volts of power, and it is produced for 1 battery time per hour. So instead of this configuration, I will focus on just the 2 different configurations. So positives, both positives here are leading into the positive of the device, with the negatives leading into the negatives. Whereas this one, this battery's positive is leading into the positive of the device, and this battery's negative is leading to the negative of the device. So the power circuit is continuous here, but it flows and pulls from 2 batteries here. So this will provide 1.5 volts for twice as long as this will, but this provides 3 volts. Does that make sense? It's a linear translation between the 2 of them. So if I were to add 1 more battery here, we're now at 4.5 volts, but again, only lasts for 1 battery time. This will last for 3 battery times, so 3 times as long as this, but it only supplies a third of the energy. So going into that logic, we need to get to 12 volts by stacking these together. And so every single time the power continues through the battery, it's adding additional 1.5 volts. And that means that the device will draw the full amount of power from all the batteries, and it will last the amount of time just 1 battery lasts. Getting spam messages. It's just... delete that. All right. So what does that mean we have to do for these? Well, they are already running in a series because this, these 2 connectors, the positive connector of the battery here is connected directly into the negative connector of the battery here. So the negative into positive to negative into positive, and so there's an in and out kind of, yeah. Right? That also means that we have to consider the amount of voltage that is going to be coming out of this system, which is 12 volts. I don't think that these tiny little wires that have come with these battery packs are going to be strong enough for 12 volts. So what we're going to end up doing is removing all of those first and replacing the entire... Well, we're going to rewire this all together into 1 battery pack using these cut pieces of wire that I had pre-cut. And that also means that I can just cut off these wires and get rid of them. So let's do that. We'll just do right there. And then we'll probably... Yeah, I'm going to get the soldering iron out here in a minute. That'll just solder right away. I'm curious about, I've had these running for a bit now, right? Not too warm. That's good. Some LEDs can get quite hot. You have to be cautious of that. Especially if you're building them into a project. You have to kind of consider how that heat is going to be dissipated. But the longevity of those LEDs is not going to last. So, in order for us to test this, I brought all these cables here, these alligator clips, to help run these all into series. Make sure it does all working. First, we're gonna, let's see, I'll make sure that these ends don't touch. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Broke my alligator clip. I can fix that, but I don't want to do it right now. Another one. So let me know what you think of the camera setup. I've got quite a bit of effort into this. We ended up using an app, an old camera actually, to do this. Like, the quality isn't like the best, to be honest. Now that I'm seeing it kind of like rotating between different tones. But meh. You know, it's better than just one camera, I think. Just get two. That's our power end. Our red to our positive. Just stick that right there. This one's going to our negative. So we'll stick that right there. This one should go to this one. And this one. Go to this one. This one. To this one. And so we have the, we're going to go from negative to positive. So from the negative end, go in, up, through each one of these, and up to positive. Go. See if we can get it to work. If it doesn't, that just means I need to charge my batteries. I'm pretty certain this should work. Hey. It's not as bright, which tells me that the controller in here is drawing a bit more than the 12 volts. It might be pulling more amps from the adapter, whereas the amps on these are much lower. That gets into a whole element of yeah. electricity that I'm not willing to tackle. Okay, so let's focus on how we are going to attach these all together. Which means I need to get out my soldering iron, which is hidden away on me. I'm gonna have to be right back while I dig it out. One moment. But here's the kicker. I won't even cut off the mic, so you can still hear me as I struggle. By the way, I turned it off because I gotta move the camera around a little bit. Soldering iron. We're gonna plug this in. Power. There we go. Off. Need some water. I need some water. Okay. What? Oh, I forgot to grab my flux. For flux sakes. Just making a mess. Alright, you get to watch me struggle now. Okay. Well, Benny has discovered I am in the studio. Please come to say hello. You'll see him in just a moment. Yeah, come on up. Hi, Benny. Yeah, but we're gonna be soldering, so probably not a good environment for you. In fact, I was gonna wear a respirator just in case. Now they say that the fumes coming off of soldering isn't LED or isn't lead fumes and is non-toxic, but I don't know, man. Safety first. I guess before I get into it, before I turn that on, I want to plan a bit of the wiring. Okay. We know it works, right? We know it works. We don't need to have that on right now. I'm thinking they're like this, right? How cute is that? Like, how simple. And then the hilt, these would be hidden in the hilt, and I would just have it so the hilt comes on and off, right? That's what I'm thinking. And that's probably going to be a design, like when that's going to be a project for another day when we actually get into the design. Now I'm thinking about it. I also didn't let you know that the new camera is actually operated on battery at the moment. I'm waiting on a cable so I can both charge the phone and pull video from it at the same time. So we are on a time crunch today. Our stream will end when my battery on that camera runs out. So that's why we're probably just going to be getting this wiring done today. I know I'm I'm just faffing around right now. I'm not even actually doing anything. Let's get into it. Let's do it. So, I've got to... I want to think this through. I want to be very methodical with these decisions. So, I guess... Guessing... I'm certain I want these stacked on each other, right? I need this. But I'm thinking I just super glue these together. Let's start with that. Nope. Don't drop your batteries. Not good for them. In the long run, don't drop your batteries. It's not good. Okay. Need one for that to pair together. Need blue. I mean, I was going to suggest sanding them at first, but you know, I really don't need it. This plastic seems porous enough that it's bonding very well. And so when I go to affix this more into the hilt, I'll probably utilize these edges here. They have a good amount of support plastic there, but we can probably just wrap them into the internal structure. So this needs to solder together here and here. Need any of these anymore, I don't think. I'm just gonna set them all aside. Now, Benny, I think you need to leave. It's not you, it's the soldering iron. Come on, let's go. Come on, buddy. Dinner will be ready in about an hour. Okay? He totally understands English. He's very smart. You know, wear safety glasses as well, just for kicks, you know. I have worked with solder before where it's like done a spurt on me. Ever since then, I'm like, I don't like the idea of that getting into my eye. You know what I mean? All right, let's set that up to get it warming up. I'm gonna put too much water in there. I'm gonna put some of it out of there. Okay. So this is going to connect to that one. This one's going to connect that one, right? And then we need one that passes from here to one of them. Doesn't matter. One side versus the other. Those, so negative and positive, I want these to be my leads right here so that I can do basically this. Let me read off of that. So, oh, I also remembered I cut these because I was uncertain of the consistency of that little wire in there. But yeah, it's one solid piece of metal that's continuous from this, so it's probably fine. It's probably fine. I mean, could just redo it. That's why I cut these to begin with. Nah, I'm gonna be lazy. Adam, if you do have a problem with that in the future, if for whatever reason it stopped working, it might be because of that connection, and I'll be able to fix it in the future if it does become a problem. I just don't think it will be. So, where I'm at? Okay. Let's plan our solders here. We've got one on that guy, another one on that guy, and then we want to join them together from a positive. So this is the negative we want, right? Let's mark it. A bit of blue tack to show that we should be going to that thing right there. And this is the positive on the other side. Here, positive on the other side. Nothing should be attaching to that guy. Those are our go-tos. So negative to positive goes in, goes down to there, doop, doop. It goes to here. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, yep. This is here. Right, and these are here. That should be all that we need. This. I think we're good to go. Okay. Get these guys out. Hold anything. Oh, I didn't flex it. Stuff just kind of helps make a bond. Wait, what am I missing? A key aspect of the song. The solder. All right. Let's try again. I look like such a dork. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to just a little bit. Got it, or is it just making the plastic now? It'd be getting too hot in there. I think I'll dab over all of this with some hot glue. Kind of like seal it all in together. Like that. Gotta be a little more accurate. Now, I know I'm the worst solderer. You don't have to tell me. But if you want to, leave a comment. I don't care. Engagement is engagement. His connections feel like shit. I'm just gonna manipulate them a little bit and just soccer. Oh, they're real bad. Oh, I should take lessons or something in it. Ooh, that's the opposite of what I wanted. Okay. Did I do this one? Okay, sorry, I got kind of lost in the comment stuff. Doing this whole using Restream now, so I've got two flows of streaming to pay attention to. Comment sources, I should say. All right, here we go. We need to connect this to here. All right. What's first? Use those fucking hands. Maybe shit at soldering, but I think it worked. Test. Actually, really fun. No, let's. Yeah, you know, let's test. Let's do a test. Always good to test. Doesn't mean I need to populate all the batteries here again. But I think for a moment. I'll be on with that. Oh, Jesus. Hold it right out. Obviously, we're going to need to redo that. Okay. We just assume it works. Let's just assume I'm really good at soldering and it works. Because if you get heat, you know, if you ignite lithium, it's very bad. Very, very, very bad. So, basically what I'm saying is I am not getting the soldering iron close to those batteries. For my own safety. Ew! Touch the metal. I think what I'm doing next is just No, save myself some wiring here. Take this. Turn that off. I'm gonna test the batteries, but I'm not going to. I'll test the whole thing. One already. How are we on battery life here? 86%. Not bad, you know? We'll be able to do a good lengthy stream today. So, pretty happy about that. It's been an hour so far. Doing good. Doing well. Alright, get this guy off. This is our controller here. I'm just gonna pull it out, but I'm remembering there are screws in there. My fix-it kit. Aside someone else. Keep that out, but I'm gonna put this rest of it. So, still have the buttons for the PCB are here. We're gonna hold on to this, I think, because it might be easier to utilize this and cut it back down in the future. A bit, I should say. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong about pulling it out. I'm gonna keep it out. I'm gonna think about how to slim this down for the next part. Put that aside for now. As for this, I'm gonna hotwire this. Maybe this stays out the bottom, so it can be provided power directly. Would that be bad for these batteries? Be back charging them. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I do want to the battery pack right in there. Let's do that. Thinking about this controller, I'm gonna want this to be I need this to be visible to the remote once the build is complete. So that's something to consistently be aware of. I need this to be accessible. Thinking that this is a lot of extra wire that I don't need. Cut it back. can do that. Whew. Okay, this is gonna be the hardest solder that I've ever done, because I'm actually soldering onto another board. Someone else's work. Where that goes? Use a white one for the positive lead, just so I don't confuse myself. Instead. Didn't want to stick to it, so you know what? There's evidently something on that solder that prevents it from being melted. Which I'm I'm positive, like, yeah, I'm positive that's what it is. So what we're gonna do is instead going back to this. Alrighty. That's the top. Oh, that's the negative. Ugh, Dylan. It looks like a mess. Whew. Stuck on there pretty good, so I'm not too concerned. It's almost embarrassing. It was ready to see if this actually works. So I am excited to find out. Oh goodness. If this works all perfectly great, we're gonna excuse me, we're gonna get some hot glue. We're just gonna seal all of our solder joints together. So. That's awesome. First try. Pleased with that. Look how small we've gotten all this down to. Pretty impressive. So, next part. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Still very hot, so I'm just gonna put it there for now. What do we need? Hot glue gun. Yeah, hot. It's down here. My hot glue guns are broken too. That's left over. Let's do one. I've tried to fix it many times, but every time I do, it just ends up breaking again. So whenever I use it, I have to force the glue through myself. it's whatever. It works. Still works. All right. If I remember, that's the part one. Yep. Alright, so safety first, I am going to get all these batteries out of here. I don't want them heating up from the hot glue and exploding on me. They are lithium batteries, not the typical nickel alkaline. So they would explode on me. They would go boom. What do we do all that works up? Considering all of this. Are you hot yet? I feel like it's even warming up. Are you completely broken? This would be dangerous. What? I'm working. Oh, no, there it is. It is warming up. It is warming up. This is taking its sweet time. I mean, we could do this with like super glue, but I think hot glue will be less fragile, less brittle in the end. Just wait until it's dripping at the bottom. I mean, it is definitely warming up because I wasn't able to pull this out before because all the glue was melted in it. Let's give it a bit more time. In the meantime, actually, let me explain a bit what we plan to do here. So these LEDs are going to run up the length of the sword, like that. And then they're gonna double back on the other side of the sword. And these are gonna actually light up a series of runes that spell out the motto of the Pathfinder character. Oops. So I'm suspecting that we're not actually gonna we're not going to use the whole roll. Use like most of it though. Warm me up. Yep. Hoping that this hot glue just prevents these wires from getting kinked and breaking off the solder point. Because I don't trust my soldering. For obvious reasons. And none of this is going to get seen. Probably going to get you on the inside of the sword, so I'm not really concerned about how pretty it is. These ones are going to also prevent me from shorting. There we go. Pull that back a little bit so it doesn't drip on me. It's heating up too. Okay. Just want to make sure that I didn't undo anything. Still have full power. Perfect. That is awesome. Next up, get rid of the soldering iron, so it's not in my way anymore. Go down a bit, but I'm just gonna place it back here. These are my wire cutters. I'll put these guys aside. I might need some more wires in the future. Okay. Oh, also I've got all of this material from, the world's favorite Jeff Bezos. And that was only because I couldn't find it elsewhere. Even downtown Toronto, I could not find the materials that I needed for this. At least at an affordable rate. But you can get all of this material on Amazon pretty cheap. Basically, the most expensive thing was the batteries, because they are kind of a special lithium-ion AA battery. So they kind of a little bit pricey. It was like, I think, $38 for 8 of them. So, but I'm not complaining. I think this is working out really well. So we're gonna just... Now, where is our hilt? Where is our full length of the sword? Is that it here? Okay. Just wait. Is it premature to get into that? Into the whole LED aspect of this? Maybe. I'm thinking. To get the actual sword shape. Some more. Oh no. That's a terrible connection there. Shano! Shano's on. I'm streaming.
Huh?
I'm streaming. I'm streaming. Well, yeah, I'm streaming.
You're working?
I'm streaming. Yes. Yeah.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Right now as we speak?
Yep.
Hi YouTube.
And Twitch.
Hi YouTube. Mariel's on. She's like, do you stream on Twitch? I was like, no, I just like stream on Twitch. You got a link for like stuff, whatever.
What's that? Yeah.
She had to do everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of your channels. She's like, ooh. She's like, wait, do you like a video game? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll talk about it. Take this off. I'll go set all it.
So this is loosened a little bit. I need to resolder this, unfortunately. What is this? John has brought me a gift. It was my birthday this week. Should we open it on stream? Yes. What happened?
Nothing?
Nothing. Oh, let's watch out. Oh. Where'd you get that?
What does that attack?
William and Jules?
Yeah, it's from last time.
Cute. What a cute pot. What are we gonna put in it? Pothos. Oh, that's such a good idea. Nice, thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Little piece. Very cute.
Legit, the street is like so unhelpful. It's like, I know more than you.
Well, when they're just like, well, if you're gonna put a succulent, don't even talk to me about succulents.
It's like, this is like half this one. Yeah, they're looking down this, like, in the store, like, just down a little bit, just like, oh, yeah, those are great for that, like, don't worry. Well, yeah, cash it, like, they don't have it.
That's hilarious.
I have to Uniqlo to swap out my things. That's what I've been selling.
Oh,
Pizza for me?
you want pizza for dinner?
Yeah, I want pizza.
Okay. Domino's? We need to restart this.
You said Morgan,
No, I haven't paid for the copy yet. Not dinner.
not yet?
No.
Oh, what's that?
This will be interesting with all this hot glue here. I'll have to probably redo the hot glue as well.
Let's take a shit out.
Sean, I'm on stream. No, buddy. No, 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 not right now. Look at that. No, not right now. There's a battery in that apartment. Whew. Dang it. Need to clean it. Mhm. I have messed up the battery actual connector here, where it doesn't actually connect.
Where's my mask?
Yeah, Sean, you should really be wearing a mask for infectious disease like this.
Shit.
Right, looks like we got it working there. I'm going to now glue it all into place. Oof. What's that?
Another gift for you. I didn't quite get it, but I can still get it. It's iffy. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Off stream?
Whatever.
What was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Alright. There's raw in the fridge. No? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. That's for last night's noodles? I have to wait for that to warm up again. Sorry, Sean, I'm trying to work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got it.
The little ones are better.
Yeah, of course.
Or just say captain.
This glued together. A bit more time. This is enthralling, right? Fun. With that. Wrong one. I have to reset my light. How does the song keep popping back up into my don't like? Alright, let's start those. Up, we are going to put the batteries aside for now. I'm gonna focus on these. We're gonna place it on this long stick. I think it doesn't. What if we are what if we do work with more structure? Well, I've got materials for this sword. Oh. Probably see it here on the other overhead camera, but lots of foam board here. Just get it home. Thinking We made up several layers. Start with just single layers of this thick stuff, makeup board. Right? Sorry, LEDs. Use that to make a border, and then we'll use the thinner stuff to kind of laminate this together. For that, right? I need to do some thinking. I need to do some thinking. So if we were to take a sectional cut of this sword, we plan to make it, right? So this is our core, right? I think we then have these pieces that are like this. We will hamper down, although I'm thinking the edge of this is about the same width of our LEDs. I want it to have a sword profile. It's gotta be like this. Roughly, right? So what if these get chamfered down? And two pieces. That. So these certain how I would get this edge though. Hot knife. And then from that we need a piece of acrylic that goes there and there. Conceals the... Ooh. Okay. I just had an idea. Just had an idea. Number core. We need to piece like this. Have LED here, running up here, running up. So there needs to be a core piece. This, some sort of core piece. Sit on. Right. Or these here. 2 rows. Yep. That's what's gonna happen. Should probably mean we need to create the overall shape of our sword, like we need to know how long these and wide these pieces are. Like, do we just get into the design of this, or we put the LEDs on? Hard decision. Make these into 2-inch strips. I need to design the sword. We need to get right into the design of the sword. Up, down, up, down. Can this be run 4 times? Basically, the next question I have for her. Probably easier. Need to resupply my Velcro. It's all just like little bits and bobs now. We're just testing the length here. Back. Forward. Close. I think we'll be able to do it. I think we'll be able to. And I probably is going to end up using the whole strand, which I think is a good thing. Great thing. Okay, so before I get into cutting this, 76%, we're doing great. I'm going to take a short break for grabbing some water, refreshments, and whatnot. When I return, we're going to, well, I'm going to clean this up and break as well. The desk here is getting out of control. And then when we return, I'm going to cut this down into some more manageable pieces. And then maybe we'll even start drawing the profile of the sword. So stay tuned for that. I'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. And we're back. Okay, so I think having all the LEDs out right now is just a distraction that we don't need. We need to, well, now that we know that it's working, that's just one big check on our list for this build. But I think what's next is designing and building up some of the structure of the sword here. So, coil this all back up. Okay. Now, where is my cutting board? Where did I hide it? Hmm. Should we? You okay over there? You okay over there? Might be actually easier to design it once it's actually sitting on the sword. So let's cut out some strips and then we'll assemble it all onto the sword and we'll cut it back. I think that might be more fun. Though it will be much harder. What I'm thinking, if you want to draw or create a symmetrical object, it's easier just to design one half of it and literally just copy that, flip it over and trace it. So that's kind of what my head's at with the sword as well. What do I design this on? Need a big piece of paper. Need more room in the studio. See what I mean? Right there. Oh, vellum. Certain, there are certain size pieces too. Dang it. Ooh, tracing paper. Oh, literally made this. Make it out of cream or the white. How much do I have? More than enough. that aside for a moment. Yep. All right, I think this will actually be really fun. So, this is our length of our sword. Right? Now to get the center line and symmetry, fold this all in half. Okay. Big. It's gonna be a big sword. Imagine that goes out the full length. And maybe it tampers in at that point. At the bottom, there would be. Need to place a crest of some kind. Where are my calipers? I want to take the width of this. People falling in the there. We are 1.9 centimeters. Means 9.5 is half. I'm just gonna mark this here. Yeah, roughly the core. Kind of just want to. This is really just to tell me where everything's going. So. Be sure I'm done with this. Over. Perfect. Helps identify where exactly this is. It's gonna be right here. Full length of it. Okay. Here, set him aside for now. I have precedent images of this sword somewhere. We're back. Oh, it's right there. Was in here the whole time. Silly. Okay. Let me see. Oh, that's a good thing. We have a rune chart to utilize. Doesn't want to open now. Well, I can kind of access it here. Where are the pictures? There they are. With you here, I kind of flip through to show you. It's kind of cool. Why won't this rune picture show though? I need this one. It's frustrating. I like this one the most, so that's an interesting detail that we'll have to include. But so we have our something down here, right? Should be doing this in pencil. Put that right there. Some sort of object here. We have the handle, 2 hands, a good sword, right? Up there, right? Here, right? Get into it. It's gonna be environment, which will be, of course, mirrored. Comes go pretty far, right? But I mean, it is also our own, so we get to set it. Imagine drawing kind of boxes right now to get a basic understanding of our shapes. To intersect there. Something, I don't know. Some sort of design in here. I've been instructed that it is more of a draconic. It relates more to like dragon people. Dragon people? Is that correct? Draconic? And then I like this birded sword, like it's in 3 pieces. I think that is a something we can work with. I need to find this rune though. I shouldn't have like this probably showing. maybe I'll just do a translation. So we have I can just Google it. Cipher. Just like give it all the buzzwords. I think I found it. Yes. Okay, got it. Load it up on the other screen. I could show you, but I don't think we need to. I have instructions to write out a specific thing. And if maybe I'll just write it out, and then if you can find the cipher that I'm looking at, maybe you can write in the comments what this is going to translate to. Where are we? really just writing all this out to make sure my sword's long enough, or get a good understanding of what this, the amount of space I'll need for the runes. Hmm. And that's it. I thought I would use more of those interesting characters, but mostly just straight lines and down. Translate below in the comments if you know what that says. So that's gonna have to go in the center here. It's probably gonna fit there up to there. Words with frilling in here. Right. Blade itself. Hmm. Here's my tip. I don't know what the blade are we working with here. We've got 1.3 meters. .3 meters and 0.3 of that. .90, which would break quite nicely 3 by 3. 3 pieces of 30. There. There. So I think this back in half, make it a little bit easier. came out to a point. Starting to not like that version. There's this. It comes in. Just down. What do you think? It's big. I can't even get it in the entire shot. Fat, though. Will it be fat? Let's see. Somehow resolve it. We'll return to it. Okay. Why did I do that? This needs to be incorporated. Battery pack. Wide. That's my immediate thought. It might be too wide. Especially coming up into this area here. Kind of like that length or that width here. I got this one. Sir. Meant to be a great sword. It's a great sword. Core. So now I need to translate that design generally to these things. Foam core. Foam board. But I think before I do any of that, I should get client approval, right? So I'm going to actually call this stream here because this is, I think this is a good opportunity to go to the client, ask if this is the right direction that they were expecting, or if they have any concerns or ideas for how the design is going. And then I think we'll come back to this tomorrow and start actually cutting out the pieces of foam core. I might pre-cut that tonight just to make it a little bit easier to get into the stream tomorrow. And then we will assemble the LEDs and everything once we have the kind of the base structure complete. But I think we actually completed a lot more than I anticipated today, and I'm very happy with that. So to recap, we have a battery pack. That's going to sit right here. We've got the core of our sword. It's going in somewhere around here. Right. And that'll get kind of like wired in, squished in a little bit better. And we got our lights, which are now battery operated. How cool is that? So we've managed a lot today, and I think we can commend ourselves for that. Thank you for joining me today in the studio. Subscribe if you've enjoyed what you've been watching. Hit that like button and ring that bell if you want to be notified next time I'm streaming, which will hopefully be tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and yeah, nothing else from me. Thanks again. Enjoy your night.